Today on Market Table, I'm visiting Medina's historic public square. Join me as I browse the farmers market, meet the local farmers and vendors, and create a simple, family-friendly meal using fresh, organic produce. This morning, I'm shopping for the ingredients to make a summery spinach berry salad with a sweet honeyed balsamic vinaigrette. To market we go. My name is Kristin Gambaccini, and this is Market Table. So we're here at the stand at the Elk Creek Honey Farm with Tim and Renee, and what's amazing about this particular honey stand is that they are actual beekeepers. They see this process through from the beginning to the end, and I think that's amazing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, actually, my husband's the beekeeper. I'm the helper. And I do all the bottling and the honey itself, the packaging of the honey. But he takes care of all the bees. He's a teacher, so he has summers off, and we have 13 different outyards, and we have hives all over Lorain, Huron, and Medina County, and we collect our honey 3 times a year: spring, summer, and fall. Spring is what they're collecting right now. It has more of a floral taste. If you have spring allergies, you'll want to get the spring honey. And it's just light and floral tasting. It has maple trees, tulip trees, honeysuckle, berry bushes, fruit trees, all the spring flora in it. Then the summer we harvest at the end of the summer, and it's predominantly clover because that's really what's in bloom in the heat of the summer. And this has has a little bit of the spring in it, but it's a little bit stronger. And then we harvest again at the end of fall, and this is a stronger, bolder honey. It has more goldenrod, asters, and fall flora, so it packs a little bit more of a punch than your lighter flavor honeys.
That's incredible. And actually, as I'm looking at it, I can see that it almost gets darker in color, like as you go down the line. Yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah. Now, what do you think makes your honey different than other local growers? We're from Medina. We're the Medina bees. I feel like if there was ever a community that felt as though they were connoisseurs of honey, it would be us, right? But what makes your honey unique?
It probably the locations, and we do mix the honey from the different locations, and he pretty much scopes out the area where he's going to place his hives, and they have to have the amount of flora that will sustain the hives that he puts there, and he monitors how many hives that area can sustain. And there's different qualities of the areas, and the flora really is what makes the honey. The bees collect it, they turn it into honey. They collect the pollen, they turn it into honey, but it's really the flora that they're collecting it from that make the difference in the taste. We also have a honey that's a Basswood honey, which is a spring honey, and it's a very, very light in color honey, and it's also light in taste. It has a very mild honey taste. Honey has quite a few beneficial properties for you, and it also, we don't pasteurize our honey. We don't ultra filter our honey. We just filter out the wax. It's all raw honey. All of our honey throughout the booth, even our infused honeys and our honeys that we sell from other beekeepers throughout the country, they're all raw honeys right from the hives. Nothing's processed.
That's awesome. Now I see here you actually have honeycombs. You have containers of honeycomb. Can you tell me what one would do with that?
Well, actually, those are really fun because and recently there must be something in the schools may be teaching the children about it, because we have been selling quite a few of them to children who just want to taste it and they want to experience the honeycomb. And we're all for that because there's so many benefits for the honey.
So you can just eat that.
You eat it. What you do is you can eat it out of the container, and let me grab one here. but you can actually, you can take it, take the container, take a spoon and scoop it out
That
and
is
eat
so
it.
cool.
You can cut it and put it on cheese and crackers.
Yes.
You can cut it and you can spread it on toast.
That's amazing.
You
I
can just
never
put
knew that.
put the whole piece right on a cheese plate with some different cheeses and prosciutto and some
Yes, like a fancy
grapes.
charcuterie board.
Yes,
I love
yes,
that.
absolutely, yeah.
That's amazing.
So, but the most common way is most people just take a spoon and dig into it.
That is so cool. I'm definitely going to take one of those home to my kids. Now, I have a question for you. So the dish I'm making at home is a spinach berry dish. It's very crispy, and I'm going to be making a honey vinaigrette. So tell me what honey you think would be perfect for that dish.
Okay, well, in my opinion, because you're going to be having a vinaigrette, you're going to be adding that some type of a either a flavored vinegar or some type of balsamic or something like that. That's going to have its own flavor, so you want something to hold up in taste. The spring honey is a very light and floral taste. So is the basswood. So that I would those get knocked out right away.
Because you're saying they wouldn't be strong enough.
Correct. You wouldn't have that flavor, carrying through. The summer does have a very nice, more honey flavored taste, and so does the fall. The fall I recommend for baking because it does hold up on that taste, and in like barbecues and things like that, it has a bolder, stronger taste. So in your application, I would suggest the summer. It's going to have a honey taste to it that's not overpowering, and it's not going to get lost. So I think that would make a good combination with any vinaigrette that you would make.
Perfect. You've got me sold.
Yeah, we do have infused honeys, but I think you have enough in your dish with different flavors that an infused honey would be more along the lines of for teas or baking, like the rosemary for baked chicken. Also the rosemary is good for a garden salad because it has that more earthy taste, or not earthy, but savory, more savory taste rather than the light taste of a natural honey.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to making my dish, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying some of that honeycomb with my kids. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. We had such a wonderful morning meeting Tim and Renee Moore from the Elk Creek Honey Farm. They are not only just vendors at the Medina Farmers Market, but they're beekeepers. I mean, they see the process from start to finish, and they bring us the local honey. And I have to tell you, they sent us home with some creamed cinnamon honey. They suggested we eat them with some pretzels, and guys, this is like the best snack that I've had in a long time. Serve at room temperature, so I don't even have to worry about having room in my fridge for this. But if you stop by their booth, definitely picked up some of this creamed cinnamon honey. It'll blow your taste buds out of the water. You don't even know what's going on. There's so many wonderful tastes with this. So I'm going to set this aside because I've had entirely too much of this today already. And today we are making a honey vinaigrette spinach salad. This is very summery. We're going to be adding some fresh berries. It's amazing flavor. And I do have to say, my kids ate this, which is saying something. We don't do a lot of fancy foods here. If I put a bay leaf in our soup, that's like the fanciest we get. So when I put this out on the table for dinner, I wasn't sure how it was going to go over, and I was really surprised with how well my children ate it. So let's get started. It's easy. This is a great dinner option on those nights when it's hot and you don't want to turn on your oven and you don't want to stand at the grill. So we're going to start with our vinaigrette, which is actually, it's very simple. I have a 1/4 cup already measured out here of balsamic vinegar, a 1/2 cup of olive oil, and again, I already measured it out. Add that in there. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of honey. So I've got my fresh honey here, and we're going to do 2 tablespoons. Now we have used this honey so far on our toast. We've used it on top of our peanut butter sandwiches. I have used it in some oatmeal, and it is incredible. Such a great flavor. Okay, so I'm adding our second tablespoon in here, and I'm just gonna mix it up with this real quick because I try to not have very many dishes when I'm making food. So I like to reuse some of the things we have. So that'll just help get some of that extra honey off. Now I'm going to whisk it up and just make sure that it really gets nice and mixed up in there. It's a dark vinaigrette. It's beautiful. It smells so good. So I think I've got that pretty good. And just to add a little bit extra kick, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of salt and a little bit of freshly ground pepper. And then that is good. So I'm going to set this aside because now we're going to do the best part, which is adding all the berries. So I have a bowl here. It's spinach leaves. They've already been washed. Beautiful, crispy. I'm going to add about a cup of strawberries to this. You can totally pick what fruits you want to add to this. I add blackberries, some blueberries, and strawberries, but obviously you can pick and choose which ones you think would be the best in your salad. And so I'm just going to sprinkle these on top, and about a cup of each type of fruit would be good, unless you're making, you could even do a single serving of this. So you could do just like a plate with some spinach leaves and then add your fruits on top. I've got the blackberries. I'm going to add some fresh blueberries. This smells so delicious, so fresh. And then I'm going to add my vinaigrette. And this is really just a matter of drizzling it on top. If you think that maybe some of your guests would rather not have this specific dressing, you could always have it on the side and they can add it on top as you would a normal salad, with a couple different salad choices. It doesn't have to go on top of the lettuce or on top of the spinach. And also, if it's something you're not going to eat right away, you would want to maybe do it on the side because it would just make everything soggy to try to save as a leftover. But we did not have any leftovers last night. This was gone. The final two steps are kind of a choose your own adventure. We have some chopped pecans here, which my kids really enjoy, and they love to just snack on these. So I'm definitely adding the chopped pecans, and I'm probably putting, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a cup to a half of a cup of chopped pecans in here. The final addition, if you choose, would be some gorgonzola cheese, or this is gorgonzola cheese, which is like a blue cheese gorgonzola. I have to admit, this is a big no for my kids. They would not touch this if I put this on here. So this is something that I would set off to the side with a spoon so people could add it if they wanted to add it and not eat it if they don't. And that's it. That's all you do. We're gonna mix it up. I cannot wait to show you this beautiful salad on a plate. As I'm mixing this, you can really hear the crunch of the spinach and the fruits moving around and the pecans hitting the side of the bowl. It's just a really fresh, summery dish. And I can tell you right now that if you make this and you serve it to guests, they're gonna think you're really fancy. But I'm actually gonna try it just because I cannot even stand smelling it and not taking a bite. I'm gonna get a little bit of my strawberry on there, my fresh strawberry. I've got a pecan on this bite. I have the spinach. The strawberry doesn't want to go. There we go. That's really good. If you make this, make sure to show me. I want to see pictures. I want to see your salad. Make sure to tag me, Kristin Gambaccini. And of course, I'll see you at the farmer's market. Head to KristinGambacciniBlog.com for this recipe and others seen on Market Table.